know, I love the Christmas season. A time of snow, of good cheer, most importantly, of friends and family. I even like Christmas music, for the most part. But, as most people know, the best part about Christmas when you're a little kid is finding out what's under the Christmas tree. And seeing as I can barely add and subtract in my algebra class, you could say mentally, I'm pretty much right there with them. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about my experiences with one of the best things I ever got for Christmas. And if you read the video title, you'll notice this bad boy right here. You know what this is? It's a Nintendo Switch. I got this thing, 2 years ago, back in the good old days of 2017. And that has given me ample time to procrastinate on making this video and to gather my thoughts on the Switch and why I love it, why I don't love it. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this new format or new style of video that I'm going for here. With 2020 coming up, I thought it was time for a Switch.
Now let's talk about the system itself for a bit. It's been said plenty of times, but I just want to emphasize how amazing the concept of the Switch really is. Being able to play on your TV as slightly not as good resolutions as the other systems, but being able to pick it up and take it on the go with you with minimal quality loss is something that no other gaming platform can offer right now. And no, I'm not talking about them, they don't count. Joy-Con controllers are very versatile, and while the buttons are pretty small, I've never had too much of a problem with them. But one problem I do have with the Joy-Cons is an issue that I'm sure you've heard of that's been in the news, that's been here and there, and that's drifting. For those of you who don't know what Joy-Con drift is, basically the joysticks on some Joy-Cons will start drifting harder than a car in an ice rink, and it'll start completely messing up games and menus and making them nearly impossible to navigate or play.
Now some people haven't been affected by this pandemic. For the poor souls like me who have been cursed by fate and don't have $70 to throw at Nintendo for new ones, it makes playing games in handheld mode nigh impossible.
I was lucky enough to get a Pro controller when I got my Switch, however, and I have no complaints about it whatsoever. It's honestly a super good controller, and even though it's more expensive than your average one, I'd still highly recommend it. The grips are comfortable, the buttons are big and clicky, especially compared to the Joy-Con ones, and it also has an actual D-pad, which is also better than the Joy-Cons. And while the triggers aren't the best compared to like the Xbox One triggers, they're still definitely usable. Anyways, back to the Switch itself, everything seems great. It's durable, the screen is beautiful, getting bright, and making 720p somehow still look really good. And while the bezels are quite huge on it compared to other devices today, I got used to it fairly quickly and eventually didn't even notice it. The fans don't get too loud 90% of the time, and the Switch is also relatively light, making it very easy to pack it up and take it with you to wherever you're going.
But, and this is a bigger butt than Solid Snakes are talking about here, I guess you could say the real kicker is the kickstand. It sucks.
On a surface that's slightly uneven, the Switch will fall over quicker than a drunk man in a windy night. The kickstand is super cheap, so cheap that you can literally break it off, but it's super easy to put back in. I guess it does its job, it keeps the Switch up well enough on a flat table, but I can't help but wish for a more sturdier, more adjustable kickstand, or even another crappy one on the other side. Even that would be better than what we've got right now. Overall, while there are some things that are great about the Switch, like the screen, stuff like the okay at best, unusable at worst Joy-Cons, and the kickstand that could be the CEO of any of the dollar stores makes it less than perfect. Now let's move on to a subject that's also very important when it comes to determining the quality of a console or a game system. And that happens to be the first word in game system. Do I need to say it? It's the games.
For this section of the video, I'm just gonna go over all the games I've had on my Switch and that I've played the past 2 years. And we're gonna rank all of these games on a scale of to if you don't play this game, I will find you, I will come to your house, and I will stuff an entire Joy-Con up your ass. Got the rules? Cool, let's get started. For the people who know me, my most played game on my Switch is very obvious. It's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What can be said about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that hasn't been said already? You like platforming games? Get it. You like fighting games? I still think you should get it. You like party games? I think you should still get it. You like a single player game? I mean, World of Light isn't great, but I mean, I'd still get it. No matter what way you slice, dice, or lice it, I still think you should get it.
This game has something for everyone, and the game also defines bang for your buck. You know, you see if you go on Wikipedia, it's right there. For $60, you get a game that's endlessly replayable, that has 70 fun and actually well-balanced characters, which is kind of a shock in, you know, today's competitive games climate. And it even includes the likes of, you know, Mario, and even the B button is a playable character. And it also has several gameplay modes from Squat Strike to Smashdown. It also has 103 stages, with more on the way with DLC, and more quality songs and remixes than you can jig a baseball bat at. Don't ask, I couldn't find a stick.
I've played every Smash game to date, and while I still think Smash for 3DS is the best one, I think Smash Ultimate comes at a pretty close second. I give Smash Ultimate on Nintendo Switch. If you don't play it, I will come to your house and stuff a whole Joy-Con up your ass. Next game. Okay, so let's see what the next game on our list here is. It's, YouTube? Why is YouTube on here? Oh, I've spent 160 hours in it. Well, in those 160 hours, I can definitely say, on YouTube for Nintendo Switch, you can watch videos. You can watch this one. Smash that like button if you're watching this on YouTube for Nintendo Switch. I don't know, YouTube's pretty cool. I spend more time watching it than I spend time producing stuff for it. Ayo! I should probably just go to the next game and, like, stop self-deprecation a bit. Yeah, let's move on to the next actual game, you know?
Super Mario Odyssey. You know, if just walking and jumping and even just moving around in your game is fun, then you know you're gonna be in for a good time.
Like, seriously, I have more fun jumping around in Super Mario Odyssey than I do in real life.
It's time to jump up in the air.
The movement in this game, it's so good. Easily some of the best movement in any game. Being able to chain your jumps with Cappy is brilliant, and the controls feel more responsive and precise than any game I've ever played, and that's even including Smash Ultimate. This game really feels like the ultimate 3D Mario game, and while the first Galaxy game will always be my favorite personally, Odyssey combines some of the best elements from both Galaxy and Super Mario 64 to create easily one of the best platformers that I've ever played. The different worlds are imaginative as heck, the graphics are absolutely gorgeous for a Switch game, and at 60 FPS just makes it even that much smoother. And while the story doesn't break any boundaries, come on, what do you expect, it's a Mario game, the fact that there are no Koopalings instantly gets an A+ from me.
Anyways, I think you guys know what rank this game gets. I'm giving this game, if you don't play it, I will come to your house and stuff an entire Joy-Con up your ass. Next game!
Enter the Gungeon. Easily one of the best indie games I've ever played. This game was ported from the PC and honestly, does a pretty admirable job for a Switch port. I'm gonna get it out of the way though, it isn't perfect. When things get hectic on the screen, the game does chug harder than a brand new train and drops more frames than your average MikeSpike stream over at twitch.tv/MikeSpikeTV. You know, like, wink. You should come watch. You should come join me live. Join me in chat. You know? But for the most part, the game does run at a smooth 60 FPS, and that's impressive in of itself that it can do it at all. About the actual game, it's a blast. The gameplay loop is addicting, and it's also very difficult, and every run-through is completely unique, adding an insane amount of replay value. Not only that, but the amount of guns in this game is a large amount, like a ginormous amount.
Like, bigger than my appreciation would be if you slapped that subscribe button right now. Ayo! Up top. Please help, I have a family to feed.
Anyways, I haven't even gotten to the best part of this game yet. And the best part is, drumroll please, the writing. I feel the guys at Dodgeball Studios just told the writing team, like, yo, can I get some gun puns? And the writing team was like, well, sir, we'll work from gun rise to gun set. Haha. And the guys at Dodgeball said that pun was awful. And the writing team would be like, yeah, we know, we shot ourselves in the foot with that one. Oh God. This segment was not good. At all.
So yeah, I guess you could say I took a shot in the dark with this game, and I'm happy I did. That's why I'm giving this game a gun for it. Like, you know, go get it. You know, like, run to your nearest eShop and throw 15 bones at Nintendo, and then maybe they'll be like, you can play the game. And you'll be like, cool. And yeah. This is going on too long, just a little too long, I think. Maybe we should go on to the next game, maybe. Should we, though? Should we really? Is that what society is telling us right now? Do we even live in a society? Is this a simulation? Are we in the Matrix? Like, dude, what's even going on, man? Can Keanu Reeves tuck me into bed at night?
Splatoon 2.
I'm not even lying, I kind of forgot this game existed.
The sequel to the big by Wii U standards game from 2015, Splatoon 2 is in a weird spot with me.
And by weird spot, I mean that before making this video, I had not touched the game since like July.
Me only being a level 14 scrub with no knowledge of any of the other game modes other than Turf War doesn't help my case, but I'll comment on the stuff I think I can. For a mostly multiplayer game, the campaign is quite solid, and this game looks incredible on the Switch, showing what's possible on the relatively weak hardware.
The last thing I want to talk about for Splatoon 2 is the soundtrack, and honestly, not even joking here, I think Splatoon 2 is one of the best video game OSTs of all time. Oh, what, was I making a video? Making a video, yeah. So, rating for Splatoon 2, I give it, I haven't played the game enough, so I don't feel comfortable giving it a rating. But from what I've played, it's pretty fun. Probably wouldn't get it for $60, though.
Dragon Ball Fighterz. The worst named fighting game of all time goes portable with the Switch. In handheld mode, it honestly looks just as good as the PS4 version of the game at some points that I also happen to own. Unfortunately, those moments only last so long, and especially in docked mode is when you start to see the cracks. Occasional frame drops from performing some supers and combos isn't that great either. Is it playable? Certainly, and if you want an amazing 3v3 tag fighter on your Switch, I'd very much recommend it.
Is it a perfect port? No, and if you're looking to go pro, I'd recommend the PS4 version or the PC version.
With that out of the way, it is still a really good fighting game if you're looking for something more traditional compared to Smash.
At $60 though, plus the huge amount of DLC, I definitely get it a wait till like a sale of some kind. It's not the best way to play this game, but I guess it's still pretty nice to have it on the go if that's what you're into. So those are my top 6 most played Switch games. Don't ask why I did 6. I don't even know either. But I'm gonna zip through all the other games I have on the rest of my Switch real quick. Just because, you know, I'm a pretty nice guy. So commence lightning round.
Slay the Spire, a fantastic way to play a great indie game, but there is a slowdown issue if you have too many cards on screen sometimes, and there is the occasional crash, but it's definitely not enough to kill the experience, and you should definitely get it if you have some spare bones. 8 out of 10. Rocket League, another pretty good PC conversion while not looking as good as the other consoles. Locked 60 FPS on Switch still looks amazing, and if you have the cash, you really can't go wrong. Not a version I'd recommend going pro on though, but a 7.5 out of 10. Stardew Valley.
Can you tell that I want my entire Steam library on my Switch yet?
Another good PC conversion. This is honestly the best way to play Stardew Valley. Being able to get out my Switch and just relax to this game whenever I get really stressed is an experience unmatched on any other version of this game. Highly recommended by 9 out of 10. Brawl Out.
Not gonna lie, I only bought this game in 2018 to tide me over till Smash Ultimate came out.
Nowadays, Brawl Out is just an okay Smash Melee clone with Yooka-Laylee and that one guy with a name that's a mechanic in Mario Kart. I'd only recommend it if you're looking for that pure Melee-like game experience. Otherwise, only get it on sale. 6 out of 10. Sonic Mania. Best Sonic game since Sonic Colors.
And no, before you ask, I have not played Sonic Generations, and the last Sonic game I played was Sonic Lost World on the 3DS. And the case isn't even up there because I sold it, like, 2 years ago. Because, I don't know if you know this, but actually, fun fact, just a little side thing. The 3DS version of Lost World was ridiculously hard. Like, it was 10 times harder than the Wii U version. And I literally gave up on World 4. It's bad. Just don't get Lost World on the 3DS. Ever. It's the worst game I've ever played.
It looks and plays just about as well as every other version of the game, so overall, if you haven't played the game yet, I definitely say that this version is the way to go, exclusively because of its portability and just ease of use on the Switch. So I'd say Sonic Mania gets a nice hearty 8 out of 10. Mega Man Legacy Collection. I'm gonna be entirely honest here. All I do is play Mega Man 2 over and over again. But the other games are there too, I guess. 10 out of 10. Hollow Knight. I got lost 15 minutes in. 11 out of 10, go buy right now. Nintendo Entertainment System Online. NES Tennis isn't really that good. 4 out of 10. Tetris 99.
So, there are a lot of battle royales on the Switch. You got Fortnite, and you have Fortnite. But personally, I would have to say, this is by and large not only the best battle royale game on the Switch, but the best battle royale game of this decade. Move over, Apex. Get out of here, Fortnite. Battleboard?
Also famously known as the only reason to get Nintendo Switch Online, this game gets a 9 out of 10. Super Nintendo Entertainment System Online. Super Tennis isn't that good either. 6 out of 10.
So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This video got delayed, like a lot. I wanted it out before Christmas, on like Christmas Eve. And obviously that did not happen. So my second goal was to get it out before the end of 2019. And I know I'm cutting it a little bit short, but I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Sorry it took so long, but I wanted to delay it and make it good, rather than make it okay and rush it. Also, if you can't tell, this video obviously came from some inspiration. Scott the Woz, Kid Icarus, and JonTron, I'd probably say, are my biggest inspirations. So if you want people that are 1,000 times funnier than I am with a lot more production value, you can check them out in the description below. I'll throw all of that. All the links to the music I use will be down there too. Again, I wanted to go all out on my last video of this decade. But before I let you guys all go, I figured I'd play you, a little Yuletide hymn before you guys go. So I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, or had a very Merry Christmas. And I hope you have a great new year and a great new decade. And see you all in 2020. Okay? Here's my little Yuletide hymn for you guys. Subscribe, please.